Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Ron Mackenzie Lafergie. Hey, have you heard of Groot? He's this obscure hero from the Guardians of the Galaxy that you've probably never heard of because he's definitely not all over the internet right now. Just kidding. Despite his lack of visible vocabulary, Groot is actually quite smart. But that doesn't mean he's always smart, either in the movies or the comics. Now, I can't stress this enough, just because I think something is dumb doesn't mean I don't like it. There are a lot of things on this list that I absolutely love, often because they're freaking hilarious. But I can love dumb things. So here we go, it's time for the top 10 dumbest Groot moments of all time. Number 10. Fountain drinking. I suppose classifying this as dumb may be a bit of a stretch since, hey, the guy needs water and it's right there, but it's pretty undeniable that he looks ridiculous. Plus, and this is just a personal thing, but either drink from the jet or scoop the water with your hands. What's the point of doing both? You're wasting precious drinking time, Groot. Number 9. Hitchhiker's Groot to the Galaxy. In Groot number 1 from 2015, we saw Groot and Rocket in one of the funniest adventures yet, trying to hitchhike their way across the galaxy. First of all, Groot looks unbelievably adorable in this issue. Second, the whole idea is kinda dumb, but entertaining enough that I accept it. But then they're picked up by a trio of shape-shifting aliens who are basically the Three Stooges. Again, I can't stress this enough, I found this hilarious and enjoyed it, but it was kinda dumb. Especially when Groot and Rocket just snuck out using an escape pod while the trio argued amongst themselves. Number 8. Okay, gonna have to take another moment from Groot number 1 because my goodness was that full of dumb moments. Soon after escaping the shapeshifters, Groot and Rocket find themselves on a planet analogous to Krypton, where we see Kor-El and Zora preparing to send their infant son to Earth so it can survive their planet's imminent destruction, until Rocket and Groot take their only escape pod and doom the child. Again, was this funny? Absolutely. But this was both dumb of them, since they could have taken the kid with them, and incredibly cruel of them, because they could have taken the kid with them. It's just savage. Number 7. Okay, last one from Groot number 1, I promise. It's a pretty easy promise because it's the last panel of the issue. After being attacked by a team of bounty hunters, Rocket gives Groot his booster so that Groot can get help. He says, "Go tell everyone exactly what happened." But then Groot responds with, "I am Groot." And Rocky remembers who it is that he's tasked with explaining something. You basically couldn't have chosen a worse envoy. This was interesting because it wasn't Groot being dumb this time, but Rocket, which is always a welcome breath of fresh air. Number 6. Swimsuit ogling. In the ever-ridiculous Marvel Swimsuit Special number 2, we saw Groot ogling the scantily clad bodies of Aurora and Northstar. And he is so not subtle about it. You just see a giant head staring at them open-mouthed. It's pretty ridiculous, and even though this technically isn't the same Groot that we've come to love in Guardians, he's still Groot, and this moment is incredibly dumb for so many reasons, not the least of which being that this comic should not exist in the first place. That said, hey, it gives me an excuse to look at sexy heroines in bathing suits, so I won't complain. And Ghost Rider is smoking hot. Get it? Because of the fire. I'm clever. Number 5. Rocket suddenly gets it. While most of the other items on this list are actually pretty funny and interesting, this is one that actually kind of bothers me. In Groot number 2, we learned how Rocket came to understand Groot's language, and it was way too simple. After being locked up in a cell together for a few months, the two were fighting the guards together, and Rocket just suddenly understood Groot. No build-up, no attempt to learn, he just suddenly got it. I was looking forward to seeing an explanation, and this one was super disappointing and really dumb. Number 4. Hit by the Silver Surfer. At the end of Groot number 2, Groot was hit by a traveling Silver Surfer and his companion Don Greenwood. This was dumb for so many reasons. Not only is it insanely unlikely that Silver Surfer would be anywhere near Groot with the infinite universe for him, but the fact that he literally smacked into him is both statistically unlikely and doesn't really fit Surfer's character. He should be able to avoid a giant tree creature. That said, it led to a pretty neat adventure with Groot teaming up with the Surfer team, and it was a decent issue, so what you gonna do? The Groot comics were goofy, and I'll take a few dumb moments in the name of getting funny Groot comics. Number 3. Me Our Shrub. This pains me to include because I actually thought it was pretty hilarious, but it's also pretty dumb. In Rocket Raccoon and Groot number 1, Groot hired a team to make a delivery, and this team was none other than Pockets Possum and Shrub. Shrub? Like an actual shrub? Kinda similar to Groot. Oh, and Pockets Possum? Rocket Raccoon. Yeah, they were basically copies of Groot and Rocket. Shrub even speaks in a similar way to Groot, saying, "Me am Shrub." It was pretty dumb and didn't make a heck of a lot of sense, which puts it on this list. But honestly, I really like the comic. Number 2, Rocky spitting on Groot. This bit was really hilarious, and it's just a Groot being dumb moment. After Groot is reborn following his sacrifice against the forces of Phalanx, he's riding around on Rocket's shoulder. Apparently he gets thirsty, so he asks Rocket for moisture, and Rocket responds exactly as you'd expect, by spitting on the tiny Groot. Really, Groot, you should have known better than to give Rocket an excuse to cover you with bodily fluids. Just be glad it was saliva. Number 1, Groot picks up a hitchhiker. In Groot number 4, Groot found those same 3 alien stooges from earlier and takes their ship and them to go find Rocket. But when he sees Numinus, the guiding spirit of the universe, in despair, he can't help but approach her. When she asks if the universe is worth it, Groot, in one incredible utterance of "I am Groot," regales her with a story of struggles and heroics of Marvel's heroes, which was just wonderful, and he manages to convince her to go with him. But then on the next page, she's squished into the ship with Groot and the boys. It's just so dumb that there's this powerful cosmic being, and instead of using her vast power to find Rocket, he just pomps her in the back seat and continues his adventure. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed laughing at everyone's favorite floral colossus. If you like what we're doing here at Top 10 Nerd, please give this video a sweet thumbs up and subscribe to Top 10 Nerd to see more nerdy videos. Let me know in the comments what member of the Guardians of the Galaxy you'd like to see spotlighted. And if you like the cut of my jib, check out my personal YouTube channel to see some rants, video gaming, and cooking videos. Until next time, I'm Ron McKenzie LaFergie with Top 10 Nerd. Later, nerds.